It is Sunday in the NFL. We have two parlays cooked up for you guys. It's Austin joined by Logan. Last week, Logan, a really good week for us. You cashed on Christmas Eve, and I delivered a winner on Christmas. The question is, can we both cash on the same day? I certainly think we have a chance. As a reminder, we put some quick links at the top of the description. Those things will help you out. So if you're on FanDuel, we try to make your lives a little bit easier. So there's one that says Austin's parlay, one that says Logan's parlay, and we did a combined parlay of both of them for only the site goes out there. It's the final day of 2023. Let's try to ring in the new year with an absolute banger of an episode. We appreciate you guys, as always, for tuning in. Now, we do have another video live for the NFL. It's our best bets. We got 5 picks over there. And on Saturday, in that Cowboys-Lions game, brought up a brooms, a 3-0 sweep. Hopefully we continue that. We're on like an 18-5 run. Go check out that video. I'll link that at the top of the description. Followed behind by those quick links for FanDuel. But Logan, I'm going to lead things off here because I cashed. I mean, technically you cashed. We don't really lead off with the winner. There's no real winner. The real winner are the fans out there. That's what we're talking about. But you know, we're going to dive into mine, and I'm just going to get things going. I'm going to start with my first leg. A guy returning back from the concussion protocol, CJ Stroud, 225 plus passing yards. Look, I really like him today. Going up against the Titans, the secondary, I really think he can use and abuse. And we know the Houston Texans, what do they want to do? Throw the football. They were even doing it when they had to start Case Keenum and Davis Mills came in for relief there. I really think Stroud, normally I was actually going to take him for 250 plus, but I think 225 a little bit safer. Obviously, no Tank Dell here, but Stroud's just too good. He's going to throw it too many times. I like him for 225. The next leg, Derek Carr, 225 plus passing yards. I'll give you a hint. Logan's on one of his pass catchers, which hopefully they go hand in hand today. But Derek Carr going up against the Buccaneers, a team that has given up the most passing yards in the NFL. And you think about how they're good, how so good they are against the run. I think they're going to have to pass it. And Derek Carr's been hitting this pretty consistently in games that he doesn't get injured in. And I really think he's going to have to throw it a ton against this Buccaneers secondary. And he's done pretty well against the Buccaneers before. And so I mean, there's not a lot of analysis here. The Bucs just don't have a great secondary. Teams are throwing for a ton of yards against them. Pretty confident Derek Carr can throw for 225 against them. Now, the rest of my players are not going to be QBs. We're talking all about some pass catchers, and I don't even think we have a running back in here. The first one, I'm going to go to Isaiah Likely, 25 plus receiving yards. The Baltimore Ravens tight end, obviously filling in for Mark Andrews as they take against Miami. This is one of the biggest games of the day, a 1 p.m. start. I think all my picks are at 1 p.m. I try to keep it that way. I think Logan's are too. But Likely, I mean, he's been super good filling in for Mark Andrews. We know how Lamar Jackson loves the tight end position, and we've talked about before. Dolphins, one of the best teams at limiting opposing wide receivers to get yards. Met Jalen Ramsey, Xavier Howard. They're really good at stopping those guys. And I think you're going to have to see Lamar Jackson lean on Likely a little bit. I don't see a big days from Zay Flowers and OBJ maybe, but I think Likely is going to be the one guy that is he's normally locked in for 25 receiving yards, but I think he has the best matchup out of any pass catcher for the Ravens. So I like him in that big showdown against the Dolphins. And then the next one, another tight end, Darren Waller for 25 plus receiving yards, typically very consistent in the 2 games with Tyrod Taylor. Starting at QB, had 40 and like 98 yards. And last week, Darren Waller was a no-show, still got it done on the final drive. Like this matchup a lot more for him against the Rams, a team struggling against the tight end. Darren Waller, pretty good, one of the best tight ends in the league. Not playing a ton of snaps these days just because he's coming back from injury. Should play enough snaps, though, to get this done. Next leg, Brandon Ayuk, 50-plus receiving yards. I honestly think he might get this on the first drive. That's how bad the Commanders' secondary is. And even if the 49ers smoke them, they're still going to throw it a little bit more because they still want to keep all the guys in rhythm, especially coming off a loss last week to the Ravens. I think to get Ayuk going, he's one of the most consistent wide receivers in the league. Typically always gets 40-plus, but I'm pretty confident in a matchup against the Commanders, who can't defend anyone, 50-plus receiving yards. And my leg 6, a guy that I doubt a lot of people would expect, it's DJ Chark, 2+ reception. He's going to get this done against his former squad in the Jaguars. He's been really consistent for the 2 receptions, and he finally was unlocked last week. Bryce Young and him showed a great connection. I think 6 receptions for like 99 yards. So that's my parlay. Sure, I wish it was a little bit better than plus 533 odds, but I really think he's got a great chance of smacking. So I really like this one. 6 legs, 6 winners. If you want to tail me and just want to save yourself some time and you're doing it on FanDuel, click that quick link in the description. Save yourself some time. But Logan, you did wonderful last week cashing on your Sunday Christmas Eve one. I need another winner for the people. Who are you going with on Sunday?
Yeah, I'm going to try to deliver another winner. I really do like the parlay you cooked up. I love how you finished it with my guy, DJ Chark. I do love the parlay you cooked up. So I have high standards as well. Let's start with the first leg of this parlay. It's going to be Tyreek Hill, 80 plus yards. Ever heard of him? He's a guy I went to, a few weeks ago, and it's a guy I want to trust. Tyreek Hill is just one of the most explosive, unguardable wide receivers in the league, and I really think if you're looking at this Ravens secondary, they're going to try to game plan for Tyreek Hill. It's not going to work. He's still going to get his. There's a reason why his normal lines flirt around 100 yards, because he stacks it up. He could stack it up on one catch, get a 60, 70 yard catch. It's happened before several times this season. I think once again Tyreek Hill does get that 80 plus alt receptions number we're looking for. Now let's take another alt line. It's going to be James Cook, 50 plus rushing yards. Look, he obviously had a monster week 2 weeks ago, finally came back down to earth. But if you're just looking at spread analysis of this Patriots game, their Bills are 14-point favorites. If you're telling me that the Bills are going to be throwing a lot, I'm going to be like, why though? As pretty sizable favorites in this one, I think the books are kind of expecting, the Buffalo Bills ground game to be, clicking. And obviously, I think the attempts are going to be there for James Cook. I just hope he's efficient in this one. I think he does get 50 plus rushing yards in this one. Let's go to another running back, though. And this one, I'm not taking the alt line. I'm taking just a normal line for this guy. I'm taking Bijan Robinson over 23.5 receiving yards. Look, the numbers really do support this play. Look at Bijan. Last week, 7 receptions on 10 targets. Obviously, a target monster last week. Do they continue that again this week in a really good matchup versus the Chicago Bears, who allow a ton of receptions and reception yards to running backs? I do think the Atlanta Falcons attack the Chicago Bears that way. And I think Bijan Robinson sees a massive day through the air. So I'm going to take him at his normal line, 23.5. I just do like it there. No need to do an alt line in my opinion. But let's go back to a quarterback in this one. I'm taking Kyler Murray, 200 plus passing yards against the Philadelphia Eagles. If you look at this Eagles secondary, good and bad sometimes this year, but I really do think Kyler Murray's going to get his. And this is a Cardinals team that I could see them easily abandoning the run in this one. They could be down early, and they could already be needing Kyler to get it done through the air. I do like him 200 plus passing yards as the second to last leg, but that leads into the last leg. Taking Chris Olave, 50 plus receiving yards for the Saints against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Obviously, this is a big divisional matchup. And I for the reasons Austin said about Derek Carr, I think that it goes hand in hand with his top pass catcher being Chris Olave. I think Chris Olave is just one of those guys that he could get it done realistically in the first quarter. He just sees such a high volume of targets. And I think this Tampa Bay secondary is sort of exploitable. I think Chris Olave does feast in this game. I think 50 plus receiving yards is definitely something he could do. That will do it, as you see on the screen. 5 legs plus 632 odds. Austin, I think we got a couple winners for the people this weekend.
Logan, I honestly love it. I talked about Olave a ton. I'm on his regular yards and his 100 plus. I think he's got a good chance there. Bijan, a great bet. And I really like all the matchups you got cooked up for the people. And I think we're both cashing. That's what I think. So, as always, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Have a wonderful end to your new year. Stay safe out there. We'll see you guys back in 2024 where we'll have some more NFL parlays for you. It's Austin Logan signing out. Let's try to hit that psycho parlay, which is like plus 4,000 odds. I don't know. But we're hopefully going to hit that. And if we do, that would be absolutely nuts to ring in the new year with. But as always, if you want to go check out our best bets video, go check out that one. I'll put it right over Logan's face. Go show it some love. We're on a scorching run in the NFL. Let's hopefully continue that in the second to final week of the regular season. We're signing out. See you guys in the new year. Peace.